All right, everyone. Thanks for joining me. Adam Farley at Polomatic. I'm the Northeast regional guy, if you don't know me. But I'm going to talk about some Rodless products. I think yesterday Dave Schmidt talked about some products as well at part one. But I'm going to take you down the road with some of our other products, Rodless products here. All right, so we're going to start today. We're going to talk about B3S, B3W, TKS, and PRS. That sort of a newer product. It's custom, but I'll show you guys some of what that product looks like too as well. All right, so you guys have seen our B3S product. Some of our larger, this is a larger extrusion body. It's got 3 family members, 10, 15, and 20 size. It is a screw-driven actuator, so yes, it comes in lead screw, which is the solid nut, the plastic nut, and a ball screw. And then we've also done a roller screw in here as a custom. So for anyone that's looking for someone that's maybe looking for longer life, maybe a higher cycle type of application, we have put some roller screws in I think some of the larger, maybe the B3S20 version. All right. Also, this guy is a recirculated bearing design. So what it is this bearing gets pressed in into the extrusion and locked down, so it's captured by the whole extrusion body. That gives it this rigid design. It's also sealed, so it's sealed with the stainless steel dustband, and then as you see in the cutout here, recirculated bearing design on the carrier side. All right. Other things that happen with this guy, lots of options. So we have aux carriers. We have this dual 180 carrier that doubles the moment capability. Mounting options, tube supports, switches as well. And then I will comment on some other things that we do with this product as well. But that's the B3S product. Just to give you a little overview of what the sizes look like, your 10, 15, and 20 sizes. And then also showing next to these are the dual wraparound carriages, which double that moment capability. All right, so the largest sizes, you're up to 2,700 pounds of force that could be placed on it or used. You got loads up to 2,000 pounds, speeds to 60 inches a second, and again, the 6 extrusion sizes with some high moment loading capability. Okay. Its brother, or the B3W, meaning the belt drive version of this. Now, again, same body, same carriage, just in a belt drive. So we're going from the screwdriver version to the belt drive version. All right. Again, same carriage, same moment capabilities, same options in a belt drive. In a belt drive, meaning, okay, we can go to a much higher speeds, 200 inches a second with this product. We can add some other options to this. You guys can see the motor on the left-hand side that's grayed out, but we can also add another output shaft. In that output shaft, you could put an extra encoder on there. You could actually run this out to a jack shaft assembly, because a lot of customers use these for doing gantry type systems where you would have 2 actuators mounted next to each other, but they would be connected through a jack shaft to one motor. And that's why we call that a jack shaft assembly. All right. Other things that we do with this B3W that some of you may know is we do a lot of purge ports. So just like the B3S, B3W, we can put purge ports in these guys. And that's to keep positive pressure inside the units and keep any, debris or, light dust or machine dust, or depending on the application, from getting in. All right. Just some B3W overview. We got some forces, forces up to 325 pounds. Again, loading's the same, 2,000 pounds. Speeds with this belt drive is 200 inches per second. Okay. And then again, purge ports, dual shafts. Other things that we also do as part of the customs is the belt drives can be made in a longer length. So if you see something in the catalog, don't think that we can do these longer, because we can. That means adding a, working with your tech and apps guys, and actually we can add a splice kit assembly to this guy. Also, another custom that we do with the B3W is we add a Gates poly chain. So you can actually gain a lot more force if you are doing a force move. I think the Gates poly chain is up in that 700 pounds of force that you could deliver from a poly belt assembly. All right, so we do that as custom options. All right, just some more capabilities. Velocity on the left, you can see we're run up to 200, again 200 inches a second. And then on our standard belt thrust, this just gives you, based on the product, so B3W10, 150 pounds of thrust, 250 and 325 on the B3W20. All right. Okay, and then also that you guys know, I mentioned it, both B3S and B3W styles share the same carrier capabilities. Again, same body, same bearing structure, and we also use it as part of our BC3 pneumatic extrusion as well. So all three carry those capabilities. All right, just some notes on these aux carriers, or these dual wraparound carriers, we call them. So we add these to all of our Rodless products, and that's basically to pick up any additional moment loading. So just say you're running something that's maybe the carriage is flipped on its side, and you get a lot of overhung weight. We can add a carriage to this to pick up that moment loading. Okay, and that's just like on the standard aux carrier. And then when you really want to start hanging some weight off of this thing, we go to a dual 180, and then the aux dual 180 carriages. So that's picking up a lot of overhung loading capability. So we're just not moving the product, we can carry the weight and move it. So this product's perfect for those type of applications. All right, so this is just some moment loading capabilities here from the standpoint of MX, Y, your loading or side loading capabilities. As you can see, in the lab we do test these things with some overhung load. So it just gives you some moment, just to look at some moment loading sizes. Okay. Some more, more charts on basically a moment loading with your aux carriers and your wraparounds as well. All right. And just so you know, we do a wraparound carriage. We can double them. I know that I've done a couple customs where we've doubled and tripled the aux carriers to pick up moment loading. And of course, every time you do that, you add additional stroke length to the actuator. But you can work through your tech and apps guys to figure that out if you need those extra carriages or not. All right, so just a quick overview of the product. Both of them heavy loads. They can handle, high moment loading with consistent, smooth operation. Again, cost effective alternative to adding rail or adding, if you start adding, external guide rails, you always get into the issue of, alignment and binding issues. So this product would, work as a single solution for that. Again, 100% duty cycle, high thrust product, and again, in a factory automation applications. All right, this is would like to show you guys some application stuff. So this is actually something that I've done. So this is a customer, and on the left is their old version of their gantry, and this was a chain-driven / rack and pinion system that was very slow. Moves was slow, and these guys actually do ultrasonic cleaning tanks, very large tanks, as you can see on the left. And now we've gone to this new version where we have some big B3W on this on the y-axis, the long axis. So that takes up the whole stroke of the unit, and then we've got a B3S on the z-axis with the tooling hanging off of it. And this gives this customer a lot more flexibility. It's all servo driven, so he's got faster output, faster move cycles. It's a win-win for him all day long. All right. Now we're going to move into the TK product line. So this is more of a stage product that we provide. So this is another screw-driven rodless product in a stage. So a little more high precision than our standard stuff. So meaning this thing has higher capabilities for flatness, straightness. Very rigid product. So this is a dual rail. So internal to the body, it's a dual rail system. So it's not going to walk around, and it's nice and low profile and very stable as a platform. More of a stage. And yeah, we do a lot of XY applications with these type of things too. These units. All right, so you can see internal to this guy, you see the dual rails, you see the carriage, how the carriage is laid out on the rails. Again, low profile. We do offer this in a lead screw, in a ball screw version. All right, options, yeah, we can add auxiliary carriers, and we do make a bellows option for this guy. He's an open platform right now. If you look at the extrusion and where the carriage is, it is open. So it can actually take in some debris, or if it's an environment, dusty environment, it's probably not a great idea. So we can actually apply a bellows type kit to it. So there is an option for that. All right, and then again, we have your motor here for this type of thing. All right. Some quick moment loading capabilities with this guy. It's very rigid with the dual rails inside, so it's great for doing overhung loads and some real heavier applications where you have loads that are either higher or off center from CG, center of gravity. All right, just a quick overview. We got some thrusts up to, almost up to 3,300 pounds. Loads 1,500 pounds, speeds at 60 inches a second. Again, low profile, dual rail, rigid design, and again, it's got some flatness and straightness specs because basically it just gets machined and built from the extrusion body up. Okay. So then you know, with the TK has been around for a while, and again, it's an open platform, but we did have an opportunity a few years ago uh, to develop a newer product, new stage product, a little beefier, a little wider. It's available as a custom right now for you guys, and it's called the TRS product line. And you should be seeing more information coming up, you know, during the year on this product. It's an awesome product, sealed unit, and it's got some platforms, two that are regularly available today, and then there's a couple other versions which I'll show you that's coming up. All right, so here's just a picture of it. Right now, we have a 100mm version and a 165mm carriage version of the TRS. All right, just some quick hits here on the features and benefits page. Again, the 2 units, dual rail inside, same as the TKS, but now you're in a larger extrusion body, larger platform carriages. So as you can tell, those carriages are a lot bigger, so you can actually handle a lot more loading, and it's sealed. So this guy's actually sealed. As you can see by the videos, it's got a you know, stainless steel bands, but it's also a sealed band. You know, it's got magnet strips, so it sucks the band down. We can also you know, apply purge ports, so there's a breather port already built in to these guys. Your motor here will be part of this product line as well, and then it's got some high positional accuracy. All right, so we're applying some different ball screw leads and tolerances on positional accuracy with those ball screws. And then we've also done a roller screw. So we have put our 15x5 roller screw into the 165 version of this product. Okay, so if you guys are looking for something that's needs a little more accuracy, repeatability, we have done that again as a custom option. Okay, just some quick specs on this guy. You can see, you know, its loading capabilities. All right, you will see some ball screw options from a lead standpoint. So being 04, 05, and 010 standards for us. And then if you look down at the 165, we've got an RN05 and an RN10. And that, again, as I mentioned, that is a 15x5, 15x10 roller screw. All right. Other things, this model is also available, not really for prime time, but 130mm size in a 225mm size, which will be, I think, more visible to channel probably in the coming months. And then there's also a project to start looking into the belt drive, to doing this in a belt drive version as well. Okay. Here's the application. Here's an application. These guys are in the, it's for a home product. So I'll just give you that as but this is an XYZ assembly that we do for an OEM. They buy a lot of these things, but you can tell these things are, you know, there's a milling head attached to the body here. So this thing has to be very stiff in a rigid design, which these actuators are. So that just gives you a good overview look of how this can be set up in an XY configuration. There's a quick video. It's doing a milling application. So it's really like a machine tool type of application that these guys are providing, these actuators. All right. Again, little takeaway from this whole thing is a lot of bearing design from each of these guys. So dual carriages, a lot of moment capability. We can do a lot of gantry configurations. So the B3s, TRS, TKS are good for these XYZ gantry configurations. Yeah, we can put some faster leads in here. We can accommodate the longer strokes, as I mentioned, especially with the belt drives. So again, don't feel free to ask your tech and apps guys or your RSMs about, doing some additional lengths on belt drives. And then always remember, environmental considerations. We can look at B3s and other things, closed units to accommodate environmental considerations. All right, just review on screw options again. BCS, MXs, B3s, all available in the lead screw, ball screw, and then I did mention the roll screw with some sizes. Single and dual carriage assemblies to pick up moments. Motor mounting with your motor here, of course. Switches, RP options, so 1-to-1, 2-to-1, and our RP boxes. And then again, just like all our products, we are stroke configurable. All right, belt drive, MXBU, MXBS, BPs, B3Ws. Again, same stuff, dual carriages, multiple mounting options, lots of switch options as well. Your motor here, RP options, so that 3-to-1 ratio RP box is available in this guy. Stroke configurable, dual output shafting. Again, so I mentioned earlier, having B3Ws that you could jack shaft together. B3W is closed, just like the B3S and the TRS. So, for environmental stuff, you always got to worry about dust getting in bearings. So you want to get a closed unit. And then, extended length on belt drives with splice kits.